Hello everybody, welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, gentle practice to open up through our low back, side body. We'll bring in some gentle somatics movements created by Thomas Hanna to contract and release these areas and get our body and our energy moving and flowing. So please join me on the mat. We will start in Shavasana on our backs. You may want a strap for the practice, so go ahead and grab that if you have one and have it handy. And if you don't have a strap, you could use a belt or a bathrobe tie or sash or anything like that. So come join me on the mat. Let's find our way into our Shavasana, your Shavasana. So come down onto your back and you can send your feet down to outer corners of the mat. Allow the feet to roll in or out, whichever way they naturally want to go. And you can have hands resting on belly, or one hand on heart, one hand on belly, or just bring arms out to your sides. Give yourself some space in the armpits. You can turn the palms up or down if you feel like you need a little bit more grounding energy today. And if this does not feel good for your low back, then please bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat. Point the knees up towards the ceiling, knees about hip width distance, or you could even take your feet wider to outer edges of your mat and then drop the knees and let them knock in towards each other and rest together. And this will open up through the sacrum, make that area a little bit wider, more spacious. So find what works for you, and then if it feels okay for you, close your eyes. Otherwise, find a soft and steady gaze. And just allow yourself to begin to relax, let go of any holding or gripping in your body or in your mind. Check in, take stock. How do you feel today? Notice your body, notice any physical sensations, any tightness, any tension anywhere, or any areas that feel really good where you feel the energy is just flowing. And check in with your mind, what's happening. Notice any thoughts floating through. Notice any emotions. What is your emotional tone today? How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling energetically? And just being curious, getting to know yourself, checking in, no judgment. I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice today. And if you choose, you are welcome to carry that intention off of your mat and out into the world with you. Relax the whole body. Starting with the feet, relaxing feet, toes, arches of feet, soles of feet, tops of feet. Relax through your legs, front and back. Relax your hips and pelvis and your buttocks, your belly. Relax through your low back. Relax through your mid back. Relax through your upper back. Relax through the front of your torso. Relax your rib cage, your chest, your collarbones. Relax your shoulders, your arms, front and back, your hands and fingers, fingertips. Relax your neck and your throat and your jaw. Relax your tongue, the roof of your mouth, your soft palate. Relax your face, all the little muscles around your eyes. Relax your eyeballs. Relax and soften your eyebrows. Relax that space in between the eyebrows, your third eye space. Relax your cheekbones, your temples, your forehead, your scalp. Relax and open through the crown of your head. Whole body is relaxed. And begin to gently call yourself back. Invite some movement into your body. Gently rock your head from side to side. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Yawn, sigh, wiggle, stretch. Maybe you reach the arms up overhead, reach up and out through fingers, down and out through toes, stretching whole body long. And then let everything relax. And then we'll bend the knees, plant the feet on the mat. Knees about hip width. You can flutter your eyes open here if you like, or you could keep the eyes closed a little bit longer. Arms down alongside the body. Then we'll move through some pelvic rocking here. As you inhale, begin to tilt your tail down towards the mat. You'll feel the back begin to arch and lift up off of your mat. And as you exhale, begin to tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling. The low back will press down into the mat. Then you roll through this a few more times, inhaling as you tilt the tail down, find the arch and that lift through the back. And again with the exhalation, tail tilts up, back body presses down into the mat. A couple more times. And then come back to a neutral spine. And now we'll take the hands behind the head, interlace fingers behind the head, elbows wide. And now as we inhale, we tilt the tailbone down. Feel that lift through the back. And now, as we exhale, tail tilts up, low back presses down. Begin to peel, head, shoulders, torso up off of the mat. Wrap elbows around the ears. Curl yourself up. And then as you inhale, you lower it all down. Feel that lift through the back as the tailbone tilts down towards the mat. And then again, as you exhale, tail tilts up, low back presses into the mat. You curl yourself up, elbows wrap around ears, chin drops to chest. Inhale, you find that arch through the back, tail tilts down. And then a few more times, roll yourself through this, following your breath. So we're finding this contraction and release. And then release that. And you can release hands from behind your head. Keep right hand behind the head. And we'll draw that right knee up towards your chest. Take the left hand over to that right knee. And now as we inhale, we'll tilt the tailbone down. Feel the arch through the back. As you exhale, begin to tilt the tail up. Curl yourself up and draw that right elbow towards the right knee. Inhale, you lower head, shoulders, arm down, and you find that lift through the back as the tail tilts down. And then as you exhale, curl it up, draw right elbow towards right knee. Inhale again, brings head, shoulders, right arm back down, find that arch through the back, and then curl it back up, right elbow drawing in towards that right knee. And then let that go. We'll switch over to the other side. Left hand moves behind the head now. Draw that left knee in towards chest. Right hand moves over towards that left knee. And now as you inhale, arch your back, tailbone tilts down. Back begins to lift up off of the mat. As you exhale, you curl it up. Draw left elbow in towards left knee. And then inhale, you open it back up. Back lifts, tailbone tilts down. As you exhale, you curl it up. Low back presses down to the mat. Curl in through the front body. Draw that left elbow towards left knee. One more time. Inhale, brings you back. Find that lift through the back. Exhale, you curl it back in. And then release. Release the hand from behind the head. Let's draw knees into chest. Inner edges of feet together, inner legs together, hands to knees or shins. Roll your knees around in some circles. Little massage for the low back. And then switch direction of your circles. And then bring your knees back into center. Let's bring hands to back of the thighs, send the feet up towards the ceiling. Happy baby modification. Pull the thighs in towards the chest. Imagine that you could plant your feet right up on the ceiling. Spread the toes. You can stay here, or if it's accessible to you, reach hands up for feet, inner edges, outer edges, heels, calves, shins. You can keep yourself centered or rock yourself from side to side. And bring yourself to center. Release your feet. Draw the knees into the chest. Let's take the arms out to the sides. We'll drop both knees over towards the right side. And then extend that left leg out. So left leg will hover above that right knee. Flex that left ankle, press out through that left heel. Bend the left knee, bring it back to rest on top of the right. Pull the knees back into center and drop both knees over towards the left side. Now extend out through that right leg. Right leg will hover above the left. And then bend the right knee, stack it back on top of that left. Pull the knees back into center. And now find your way up into a seated position. And then from here, let's take the hands forward. We'll find our way down onto our belly. From our belly, let's roll over onto the right side. Bring the knees out in front of you. Stack knees on top of each other. Right arm extends down the mat. Bring your head to rest on that right bicep. And then we'll take the left hand around, bring the left fingers to that right ear. Move into another somatic exercise by Thomas Hanna. So we'll contract and release through our side body now. So you can lift the head up with that left hand. Feel the side waist, the left side of the body begin to contract. Release your head gently back down. Again, we lift up the head with that left hand. Feel the contraction through that left side body. And then slowly you lower your head back down to that right bicep. One more time, pick up your head. And then release your head down. And now keeping knees together, let's lift that left foot up towards ceiling. Lower the left foot back down. Again, lift that left foot up, knees stay together. Release that foot down. One more time, that left foot lifts, crunching up through that side body, and then left foot releases. And now let's put it together. Lift the head and that left foot. And relax everything down. Do it again. Contract, side body, head lifts, foot lifts, and release. And then one more time, lift your head, lift that left foot up, and release. And then let's extend the left leg forward, again, leg hovering. Then bend that left knee, stack it back on top of the right. Now draw that left knee in towards your armpit, and then you can take your right hand to that right ear or right side of the head to support yourself here. And then either take your strap around your left foot or take your peace fingers around your left big toe, and then begin to extend that left leg up towards the ceiling. Coming into a version of Anandasana. And then release that left foot, stack that left knee back on top of the right, flip ourselves over onto the other side, same thing. So coming down on the left side, left arm extends down the mat, knees are stacked on top of each other, and the head rests on that left bicep. Let's take right hand around, tuck the fingers in, alongside that left ear, and then we lift the head up with that right hand. Feel right side of the body begin to turn on, and then slowly lower the head down as you relax and release through that side body. Again, pick up the head with that right hand, and then release it down. And then one more time, pick up your head, and then release your head down. Now knees stay together. Let's pick that right foot up towards the ceiling. And slowly release the right foot back down. Again, sweep that right foot up towards ceiling. And release. Once more, sweep that right foot up. And release. And now we put it together. Pick up the head. Pick up that right foot, release, nice and easy. Let's do it again. Lift up your head, lift up that right foot. Right side of the body contracts, and then release the head, release the foot. And then once more, lift it up, right foot, lift up the head, and release. Release the hand from behind the head. Extend that right leg forward. And again, if you like, you could support the head with the left hand by bending the elbow, tucking the hand behind that left ear or left side of the head. And then use your strap here or take peace fingers to that right big toe. Send that right leg up towards the ceiling. And then slowly release that right leg down, bend that right knee, stack it back on top of the left, and then roll yourself over onto your back, and again, find your way up into a seated position. Let's take the hands forward, step the feet back, roll up onto the balls of your feet and bring yourself back into a squat pose at the back of your mat. Turn the toes out, turn the heels in. Maybe the heels drop down to the mat, or maybe you keep the heels elevated. See what works for your body right now. If the heels are elevated, you could tuck a blanket underneath the heels for some added support, or you could keep your hands down on the mat. We'll take the elbows inside the knees. Knees press into the elbows as the elbows press into the knees. Reach your tail down towards the mat and the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Nice long spine. And then we'll keep that right elbow pressing into that right knee. Take the left hand to the top of that left knee. Spin your heart up into the left. And then we'll take that left elbow inside that left knee. Right hand comes to the top of that right knee. Spin your heart up and to the right. Let's bring it back to center. Hands come back down to the mat, and you find your way back into a table position. From our table, let's kick the right foot out to the right side. And then begin to roll the pelvis open as you lift the left leg up and out to the side, hip level-ish. Coming into a half moon pose on the knees. We'll reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. And then drop that left foot to the mat. Press into the left foot, reach up and over the left ear with that left hand. Reach out through the fingers. Nice long through that left side body. Stay here or press into the left foot. Begin to hover that right knee up off of the mat. Maybe extend that right leg out in front of you. And then bend that right knee, drop it back down to the mat. Reach that left arm up and lift that left leg back up. Left toes are pointing forward, so neutral rotation in that left hip. And then we take it down to the mat. Bring yourself back into your table, and then kick left foot out to the left side. Roll the pelvis open, right hip stacks on top of the left. Right toes pointing forward, and that right foot, leg, hip level-ish. Reach up with that right arm. And then drop the right foot down to the mat. Root down into that foot. Reach up and out through the right fingers as you reach that right arm up and over that right ear, and then hold here or press down into the left finger pads, into the outer ring of that left palm, into that right foot. Begin to hover that left knee up off of the mat, or even extend that leg forward, really strong through that left hand, so you're pressing the floor away from you, and then bend that left knee, release that foot back down, right arm reaches back up to the ceiling, and you lift that right leg back up, come back through our half moon pose, and then right hand comes back down, you kick the left foot in, bring yourself back into center, tuck toes under, spread fingers wide, glide hips up and back, downward dog. Walk it out here, pedal the legs, bend, straighten knees. Whatever movement works for you here. And then slowly walk yourself up to the top of your mat and fold yourself in, forward fold. You can sway the hips, shake the head. Grab the arms if you like and sway the arms. And then bring yourself to center, hands to the hips, press into your feet, rise all the way up, and we'll take palms together at the heart. Soften your knees, and then we'll step the right foot around and behind the left foot, so it will come off of your mat over towards that left side. Reach the arms up, left fingers circle the right wrist, and then arch yourself over to the left. And then let's bring it back to center. Other side, step the left foot around and behind that right foot. Foot will come up off of the mat, reach the arms up. Right fingers circle that left wrist now, and then gently arch yourself over to the right. And then bring yourself back to center. Palms come together at the heart. Let's step the feet wide now. Open the arms, 5-pointed star. And then release the arms down, soften the knees, point the right toes up towards top of your mat. Give yourself a little rock from side to side, and then open yourself into a warrior two. Bend that right knee. Open the arms wide, left leg straightens. Let's take that right forearm over to that right thigh. Reach the left arm up along the ear. Press into the feet, lift yourself back up into your warrior two. And then right forearm back to that right thigh, left arm up over ear. Press into the feet, lift it back up into your warrior two. And then again, right forearm over to that right thigh, left arm up over ear for a side angle. Let's take the left hand to the left hip, right hand to that right shin or thigh. Begin to make that right leg a little bit straighter. Pull the hips back, folding from that right hip, sides of the body nice and long. Triangle pose here. Take right fingers to right shin or thigh, left arm up over ear, or reaching up towards ceiling. And then left hand comes back to the hip. Soften through that right knee, press into that foot, lift yourself up. Let's bring it back into our warrior two. And then release, hands down, turn the right toes in, soften the knees, take it to the other side. Left toes turn towards other end of the mat, rock yourself back and forth, and then open into your warrior two, left knee bends. Let's take the left forearm over to that left thigh, right arm up over ear. Press into the feet, lift it back up, come back through warrior two. Left forearm over to that left thigh, right arm reaching up over ear. Press into your feet, lift it up, back into your warrior two. And then left hand comes back to that left thigh, right arm up over the ear. Side angle. Then we'll take it into triangle, right hand to the right hip, left hand to that left shin or thigh. Begin to make that left leg a little bit straighter as you pull the hips back, folding from that left hip, sides of the body long. Left hand to the shin or the thigh. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling or up and over right ear. And then right hand comes back to the hips, soften through the left knee, lift it back up, open it into your warrior two. Release your arms down, Turn the left toes forward, soften the knees. Other side again, right toes to other end of mat. Rock it side to side. Let's open it up, warrior two. Side angle, right forearm over to the right thigh, left arm reaching up and over. Triangle, left hand to left hip, right fingers to that right shin or thigh. Begin to straighten that right leg. Left arm reaching up or over the ear. And then back into your warrior two. Right knee bends. And then release the arms down, straighten the right leg, turn that foot back in. Other side, same thing, soften the knees. Left toes turn towards other end of your mat. Rock yourself side to side. Bring it into your warrior two. Left forearm over to the left thigh, side angle pose. And then right hand to hip, left hand to the shin or the thigh. Left leg straightens, triangle pose. Right arm reaching up towards ceiling or over the ear. And then press into the feet, lift it up, come back through. Warrior two. Release the hands down, straighten that left leg, turn that foot in. Now turn the toes out, turn the heels in. We'll bend the knees, send the knees out in the direction of the toes as you lower yourself down. Goddess pose or temple pose or horse pose. Let's take hands to the thighs, rock yourself side to side. Bring yourself to center. Strap the right shoulder down as you begin to peek up and over that left shoulder. And then bring it to center. Drop that left shoulder forward as you peek up and over the right shoulder. Bring yourself to center. Lift up the arms, cactus the arms. Chest is lifted. Back of the skull is lifted. And then straighten the legs. Turn the feet in. Release the hands down. Hands to your hips and fold yourself forward. Hands can stay on hips or reach the fingers down towards the mat. Left fingers under the left shoulder. Begin to bend the right elbow. Peel that right arm up towards the ceiling. Right hand comes back down. Root into the right finger pads. Begin to bend the left elbow. Peel that left arm up towards ceiling. Left hand comes back down. Fold yourself in. Give your head a little nod or shake. Hands to the hips, soften the knees, lift your heart, come all the way back up. Hop or step or heel toe your feet together. Come to the back of your mat. Let's take the arms out to the sides and up. Palms together overhead. Fold yourself in, forward fold. Bend your knees a lot. Get your hands down on the mat. Walk yourself out, downward dog. And then lower your knees down to the mat. Let's take knees wide. Big toes coming towards each other behind you. Send your bum back to your heels. Give your hips a little rock from side to side. And bring the hips to center. And then we'll walk the hands over towards the right. Bring the torso over that right knee thigh. Reach out through your left fingers. You could, if you like, roll up onto your left finger pads. And then walk yourself back to center. And walk hands over to the left side, maybe rolling up onto right finger pads. Walk yourself back to center. Come back to sit on your heels. And you could stay here sitting on the heels, or you could bring yourself into another comfortable seat if this does not work for your knees. We'll take the right fingers down to the mat underneath the shoulder, reach the left arm up, and then fold yourself over to the right. And then back up to center, drop left fingers down, reach your right arm up, and then fold yourself over to the left. And then bring yourself back up. Let's take palms back together at your heart. Thank you so very much for sharing this short, gentle practice with me today. I hope it helped. With love and gratitude, namaste.